Hi, welcome to day 4. We are going to get right into the content today and just not mess around. So, if you're here while I pull up my okay, let me just do this again. While I pull up my PowerPoint, if you can share with me at any point what is your biggest takeaway from this challenge so far. I'd really love to hear it. Okay, so we're going to dive into step 4, and I'm calling this customization because these are little hacks that you can do on the back end of your videos that could have a huge effect on boosting your views and visibility on YouTube. So, of course, we go back to step 1. You must have good content to grow, right? Right now, this week, this month, be okay with being messy content or just not that great. If you don't have a good camera or your phone video camera, just be okay right now with starting to post and getting used to the consistency that we talked about in steps 1 and 2. And but however, the difference between growing slowly and quickly on YouTube could be some of these little tweaks I'm going to share with you today that could make a huge difference. Some of these elements might make or break your YouTube visibility. And so my suggestion is that you test a couple today and this week and just think about these things as you move forward and growing your YouTube. So I'm going to go through these real quick. This is a back end. This is when you go into the edit video section, the analytics, or the edit video section of YouTube. This is what you're going to see. Okay. And so I'm going to go through these very, very quickly on this screen, and then I'm going to dive into each one that I'm going to be talking about. So you've got a title to look into. You have a description. You've got hashtags that you can post within the description and the title. There's a thumbnail, which is like the cover photo for your video. And the cover photo you can only change right now on the long videos, not the shorts, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. Playlists. And then something called end screens, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So those are where you can find those on the edit section. And then on the same page, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a more section, and there are the tags. So the tags are the keywords that you would add to the video. And that helps you to get more search. And that's up to 500 characters. So you could put as many tags in there that are up to 500 characters. Now let's just kind of go through each one of these. The catchy title is possibly the most important out of all of those, because it's one of the first impressions that you get. And you want to make that really catchy. It's only up to 100 characters. And what I use is ChatGPT to help me with my titles. And ChatGPT, I use it for free. So ChatGPT is an AI generator that helps you to improve your messaging. If you want more information on ChatGPT, you're not familiar with it, type ChatGPT in the chat, and I can put some links for some other videos that I've done. I just want to know if you've used it or if you'd like more information on that. So the catchy title, if you do nothing else from today's lesson, I suggest that you tweak or revise your titles and see if that helps to jog the algorithm. The descriptions. So the description has I think it's like a 5,000 character limit. It's super long. So most of us are not going to get even anywhere close to that. But the important part about the description is while you're typing out the description is to try to include keywords, because everything in your description is searchable. Everything in the title and the description is searchable. So make sure that you include keywords within that description. Now you can also include hashtags. So that's with the actual hashtag sign. And YouTube says that they really optimize the first 3 hashtags, and many people put more than that. If you put too many hashtags, it actually thinks that you're being spammy. So I would keep it to a minimum. If you're going to put hashtags more than 3, do like no more than 8, because then it starts to look like you're a little bit spammy. So the hashtags, YouTube like is going to favor the first 3 hashtags. And here's where we talk about, remember we talked about on the step 1 about your content, going broader at first while you're growing. You want those 3 hashtags to be really as broad as you can. Or maybe let's say 2 of them are broad and 1 of them is more specific. So as an example, one of my clients is a dance instructor. She happens to specialize in belly dance. So we always include dance and belly dance as one of the first 3 hashtags. Dance, because dance is super broad. Belly dance is more specific, but still has a large audience. If there was something very specific, like let's say Arabic belly dance, we wouldn't use that as one of the top 3 because there's not a large audience in that. So you want to have a good amount of audience in those first 3 hashtags. And then the thumbnail, which could be the first impression. And so I always use Canva for mine. I actually have the paid subscription. It's only like $15 per month, but there are you can have a free subscription for Canva if you don't want to pay for it. But it really helps to have a nicer look for your content. And so I would just go back to this one. This is one hashtag or one thumbnail that I made right on Canva. And I'm testing them out. I always kind of change and switch things up and see where, if I could improve that, maybe I make it a little more catchy or maybe I make it a little more broad. So a thumbnail was a really, really great way to grab the attention as well as the title. So I think the first impression where people get on your channel is really going to be the title and the thumbnail. That's the first impression for your video. Okay, next is the playlists. And I really want to emphasize that YouTube wants people to continue watching your videos. So a playlist is a great way to categorize different or videos of the same theme or subtopic into one playlist. And that way people can like binge your content. I mean, YouTube's dream is for your engaged audience, your community, to binge on your content. Like that would be, and yours too, right? You want them to binge on your content too. So start thinking about ways that people can binge on your content. And another way to do that, apart from playlists, is what's called end screens. And what that is it's at the end of the video, there's going to be an option for you to add a few, up to I think 4 videos, or that could include playlists as well, where if people are interested in that topic or a similar topic or a special video that's linked to it, you can include, and it's clickable. So somebody can go click on that video, and that keeps the engagement and the viewership going. And this is very surface level here. I'm not teaching you how to do it, but I'm just giving you some ideas of, depending on your level, of how you can continue to keep that engagement. And then I mentioned the tags that you can use up to 500 characters. I always include as many tags as I can, because I want to make sure that I'm getting as much possibility for people to search and find my videos. You always want to make sure that those tags are relevant. So if just like I said that people put a lot of hashtags in their description and it seems spammy. If you put a bunch of irrelevant tags, YouTube may flag your channel as well as being spammy. So you always want to make sure it's relevant. That goes for pretty much every single social media platform. They're looking to see if you're being spammy and using tags and keywords that are not relevant for the video. And then the last part I wanted to talk here is captions and subtitles. If you can, it's not always possible, but if you can add text in the videos, that actually helps to increase not only the views, but the watch time. And the more time that people are watching your videos, that is again, goes back to the algorithm. It's like a tripwire for the algorithm. It says, hey, this person's audience really likes their videos. Let's show it to more people. So that's another way. You can actually, if you have a long video, you can add subtitles, which is that's a whole other like step-by-step process. But what's really easy nowadays on some of the other platforms, shorts, like the short videos that you have on YouTube, the shorts, there are a lot of ways to add captions nowadays on shorts. So keep that in mind as you go forward when you're creating your content. Now, Virginia asked, where do you enter your category? So there's a section right below this, and this is just screenshots, but at the bottom, when you scroll down in the edit section of the video, there's a section that's going to say something like more, and that's where the tags are. But in that section, it'll also ask you for the category. I almost always include my category as education. Really, there's only been like once or twice where I've had it as some other category because most of my content is education. I've tried to do some research on this and I don't think that there is much of a difference on how that's going to affect the searchability for your videos. I think it's way more important to include the right keywords, tags, and hashtags for your content for people to search for your content. But to answer your question, yes, it's in that section where it says, I think it's called more, and down there's a section that says category. So one other last little thing I wanted to show you that was really cool, that changing any of these elements, even if you just change one of these elements, like if you test it and you change something, could trigger the algorithm and increase your visibility, impressions, and views. I've used this as an example before, so if you've seen it, then you're welcome, because sometimes we just need to see it a few more times. This happened to me. I had posted a video, a short, and I had only gotten about 100 views on it, which for my channel was very little, was very low. And I was, what's happening? What am I doing? So I tested the title by putting it into ChatGPT to get a better title, see if I can come up with a catchier title. I changed the title, forgot about it, went away, and a few hours later, I came back to almost 2,000 views on that video. And I said, what the heck happened? And I looked in the analytics, and within the hour of me changing the title, that spike happened. So that's a really great example of it. It went back into the algorithm. It's like, okay, what are the new words in this title? Oh, okay, we're going to put it out to the audience, to a new audience. And that's exactly what happened. And this is another recent example. This is one of my clients also posted a short. She texts me and she's like, I just posted this video, but it hasn't really gotten any views. I looked at the analytics and it had 22 views. And I said, okay, no, that's really not good, because she usually at least gets 1,000 views on her videos. So I went back, I tweaked the title, changed it up a little bit, forgot about it, and came back a few hours later and it was at 1,700 views. So, and she picked up 5 subscribers in that time period. So, these are things you can test. And that's what I suggest that you do. And the thing is, you have less than 3 seconds, to grab the attention of your audience. So make sure your headlines, subject lines, captions, and your content grab your audience's attention quickly. And what's cool about these little things that you can tweak is that it might do it instantly, right? So I would love for you to test one little element. If you can do more, do it, but just try one thing. Maybe it's changing the title or a tag or a thumbnail or the description of your video. I'd love for you to test something to see if that helps to trigger the algorithm on your videos. I'd love to hear before we wrap, what was your biggest takeaway from today? What was your biggest takeaway today, and or what are you most excited about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm excited about, because tomorrow we're going to talk about the viral contagious factor. And those are the things that really can make you skyrocket. And if you do any of those things, it's a possibility. Not that the goal is not to go viral, but the goal is for all of us is to make a bigger impact. And so if you're normally getting 100 views per video, and trying some of these things might get you 2,000 views per video, well, that's a huge impact you can be making. Yeah, tweak one thing. That's it. I almost always tweak just the title, and that alone makes a huge difference. So I think we're going to wrap. I appreciate you being here, being committed to your YouTube growth, and really taking this seriously. I appreciate you all. I cannot wait to talk about that virality factor tomorrow and ways to exponentially grow your visibility and hopefully get you that much closer to getting your channel monetized. All right, everyone, have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. For more help growing your visibility and monetizing your brand, go to alexanderfigueredo.com. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Thank you.